A press conference took place in the St. Albans Cathedral in Pretoria this morning. In attendance were a couple of chief executive officers, civil society, and also from the faith-based organizations. And with me I have the CEO of Nedbank, Mr. Mike Brown, the CEO of the Banking Council of South Africa, Mr. Kes Kuvadia, who will give us their thoughts about their decision to get involved in this initiative and what they are hoping to achieve. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Mr. Mike Brown, give me your views about what your decision, also your driving force was in getting involved in this initiative. What is at the foremost of your concerns?
I think right up front is the future of our country and a better life for all of the people in South Africa. And if we look at all of the events going on around us right now, it's very difficult to see how in the current environment we can create a South Africa with an inclusive growing economy, meaning that all South Africans can be better off as a consequence of that. So our driving reason for being part of this is to create a better South Africa so all of our citizens can thrive in it.
Mobilization of business in this year, in the last 9 months, has been unprecedented since the 80s. And I think that we've really come to the party. I think business has been very brave in some of the positions they have taken. I think that business has demonstrated that they are putting national interest on the agenda, and they are working very hard to bring about inclusive growth. And in that process, our interaction with government has become robust. We do talk truth to power where we need to, but all within the context of the critical role business can play, which is to actually promote economic growth, ensure that it is inclusive so that we actually begin to address some of the inequalities in our country. And I think it's come together very well. And the fact that there were close to 40 CEOs here today and the signing of the pledge demonstrates that business is beginning to play a role that says that irrespective of what's happening around us, we need to deal with that, we need to address that, but we need to come to the party as corporate South Africa and begin to build this country.
I've managed to catch up with the CEO, one of the CEOs at Standard Bank, Mr. Sim Shabalala. Thank you very much for your time. I'm curious to know what your motivation at Standard Bank is for you guys to be involved in this initiative. How important is Saving South Africa for Standard Bank?
First of all, I'm an Anglican, so it's wonderful to be here at St. Albans. Secondly, as business, we have said that the time has come for us to be very clear as corporate citizens and as an engaged citizenry, very clear about our role and what we stand for and what we don't stand for. And so it was important for us to be present to say, you know, we have got one of the world's greatest constitutions and we have got some amazing institutions. The Independent Electoral Commission, the Central Bank, the National Treasury, our organs of civil society are amongst the best and most well organized in the world. They're engaged. Our trade unions are strong and they're engaged. And our business community is also competitive. It's globally competitive. And one of the main reasons for that is because of our constitution, which has got some very well-defined and clearly articulated values for which we stand. And those values are actually necessary for a thriving business community and therefore a thriving economy. And so we wanted to be able to say that we stand for certain things that are consistent with our constitution. We also wanted to say that there are certain things about us as South Africans that we don't stand for, that are wrong, that are inappropriate, and we need to stand up and say loudly that they're not. We as corporate citizens have a duty to speak up. So we speak up, as we have done now, when we see those issues being executed inappropriately. But as far as whether or not this person should be the president, that other person, it's really not our place to say that or do anything about that. Our job is to be business people.
Mr. Shabalala, thank you very much for making time to speak to us. You know, it's not a lot of time that we get hold of the CEOs in this kind of space, so it was quite a pleasure speaking to him and finding out his views. Mr. Ramos, thank you very much for your time. Your views about this initiative, how important is this initiative for ABSA and for you as a South African citizen?
Well, this is a very important initiative for all of us as South African citizens. This is about us getting together as people from all walks of life, from business, from civil society, just ordinary citizens getting together and saying, this democracy matters. We're a vibrant democracy. We have a phenomenal constitution, and we're getting together to say that constitution is important. The institutions of our constitution are important, and we care about this country. We care about our democracy. We believe that what unites us is bigger than what divides us.
Thank you very much for your time. I know that you got to go. Thank you so much. That was Maria Ramos, CEO of Barclays Africa, or ABSA. And I think that's it from the St. Albans Cathedral in Pretoria, where the Save South Africa press conference happened. It's happening alongside the march outside, I think, by the Economic Freedom Fighters, as well as the National Assembly, I think that's what it's called, that's happening at this place. But it's back to the studio.